You're poking around Hockbur, a prime village. Nighttime is the better time for lots of things. Let's see. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. You need to help Goop defeat the Porky Puff before it destroys the southeast route. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here. Here's the Eastern World Eater is ready to take out a root of the Tree of Life. Wishes you goodbye. He seems happy to talk. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. This should get you where you're going. See that broken boat over there? Looks like it still floats. Don't trip over what you can't see. It's the porky-puff nibbling bark. It took quite a liking to the crunchy stuff after munching down out-of-date's leg. It's the brisk wind of change. Don't let this opportunity slide. He thanks you for dealing with the first World Eater. It's a start. You should go see Out of Date and find out what you can about the machine he's named the Ark. Even if Out of Date doubts your intentions, he depends on your help, and the Sifu is confident he'll let you know what you need. He trusts you know where to find Out of Date by now. He's always been at the foot of the tree, and that hasn't changed. Don't trust your eyes so much. They play tricks in the dark. There it is, the Tree of Life. The idea that all life is related by common descent. where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future, a representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. You can make so many amazing things out of wood scrap. See that plastic scrap over there? Nighttime is ending. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He worries about you. If you love yourself, you don't hurt others. But the more you hate yourself, the more you want others to suffer. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone.
Wherefore?
Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. He's worried that you're putting the world at risk. But darkness isn't necessarily the end of the world. It's just another perspective. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, Records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core. The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, even if you think no one else is worth saving if the world comes to an end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Gizmo in the West. Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Gizmo. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Gizmo and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of. Out of Date says that Gizmo is worried now that the Western World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Gizmo is working on a scrap walker vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head west as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. He says you really need to go see Gizmo as soon as possible. He wonders what's on your mind. Says you should take it easy. The world is so much smaller underground. Got word you found the greatest glider of all, an Ark, and it's all good to go. Can't imagine how that would feel, to zoom so fast. Lucky that you found an Ark when you need it most. This world doesn't have long at all. You almost broke yourself trying to break this world, all arcing aside. Wonders if there are any open seats left in that fancy Ark glider of yours.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails. There's a seat open on the Ark, but why would you want this company?
I'm so glad you chose that. We're born alone, we live alone, so let's not meet the end on our own.
We are better off on our own alone. Everyone else are just means to an end.
Being alone is not the same thing as being lonely. And now we don't have to be lonely. It'll all work out in the end.
The end must justify the means. So let's hope the Ark is strong enough to carry us all into the future.
Wishes he could go sky gliding with you, but he's got a rule against going with a driver he doesn't trust. Goop knows he's repeating himself, but can't help talking to you. Seems surprised you have to go. Keep your guard up. No better time to get moving than daybreak. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. This is the tribe's last stand. Conquer this fort and that'll be the last of the resistance. The tribe will be under your command. They've scouted this place carefully. There's nothing here you won't be able to handle. The plan is to fling you over the wall with a sling lobber. However, he wants you to secure a hard hat first, should anything go wrong. It's better you go and find one for yourself. It can't be too much trouble, though. It's one size fits all. slash. Right in the face. That's the Myriad Fort. Close encounter. That's going to leave a mark. Critical. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. Let's see. You need to hit them where it hurts. Inflict as much suffering as possible. You're the hammer on their nail. Slice and dice. Good morning to you. That paid off. That's a fire starter. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. A smart foe would leave. Chop, chop. Give him a hand. You're hurt bad. Uppercut it. Flash the slash. The daytime makes it harder for things to sneak up on you. That's a pyro sizzler right there. Nice crackle. The wire claw looks like it's strong enough to pull down a gate, but you just need to aim straight, shoot and pull, and the gate will come down. Anybody home? The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He'll fight for whatever shred of hope he has left to unite the tribes and save the Tree of Life. Slash and dash. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but you either stay true to the cause or not loyal at all. It's black and white. Ending him will make him forget the hard fate that has been put upon him. This punishment is justice for the unjust. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. One by one they'll fall, until everything is brought into subjection. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Your Sifu is pleased. Your help sealed victory and the destiny of the rival tribe. But he's still eager to seal the fate of the world. It's just a matter of time before the tree will fall. It's easier to wage war than to make peace, but it's harder to win a war. But if you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes. You've grown so much stronger than when you first met. And now, the tribe relies on your strength to take on the remaining rivals. He meant that everything that has happened to you has only made you stronger.